The Houma Navigation Canal, or HNC, is a 36-mile channel that runs from the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway in Houma, Louisiana, to the Gulf of Mexico. Effectively, the HNC is the interstate that allows manufacturers and service companies to serve the offshore oil and gas industry, creating thousands of jobs and generating billions of dollars of tax revenue. The HNC also plays a major role in our national security by helping move the nation towards energy independence. We must maintain this critical channel, which is vital to our nation's energy infrastructure. In 1964, Congress mandated that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers maintain the HNC's federally authorized depth of 15 feet. When this depth is maintained, ships can navigate the HNC without issue. Unfortunately, over the last 2 decades, federal budgets have failed to sufficiently fund the Corps for this maintenance mandate, and this funding gap continues to widen. This is especially problematic in the southern part of the channel, traversing Terrebonne Bay. This 10-mile section is in open water, with predominant currents moving from east to west. Sand and silt is constantly eroding from the barrier islands to the east of the channel. As this sediment passes, it becomes trapped in the bottom of the channel. As the silt builds over time, these sections become sandbars or speed bumps in the canal, slowing boat traffic and making the HNC impassable for larger ships. From time to time, ships run aground while still inside the channel. To prevent this, companies have had to go to great lengths and spend millions of dollars to find workarounds. One such workaround being used is sinking barges, welding them to a ship's hull, and pumping the water from the barges to create floats that can raise the draft level of the ship sufficiently to get past these silted areas. This is both costly and time-consuming work. To keep the HNC operational at the authorized 15 feet, there are 2 possible solutions. The obvious short-term solution is for the accumulated silt to be dredged annually. This concept has been followed for the past several decades, but the funding is so inconsistent, it forces the port to look for other solutions. This standard practice requires a hydraulic dredge to move over the silted area, while the cutter head chews up the sand. A large pump then moves the heavily silted water about 2,000 feet away into the open water on the western side of the channel. The annual maintenance need is estimated at around $3 to $4 million, but only around $1 million annually has been provided. For the last several years, local funding has been used to supplement the Corps' budget to keep the HNC operational. This pulls badly needed dollars away from providing critical services, such as police and fire protection. The long-term or permanent solution is to build a barrier that could capture the silt and sand on the eastern side of the channel, preventing it from settling in the channel in the first place. While this would require a much larger upfront cost, it could save millions of dollars over time and would provide the further benefit of reducing the speed of land loss along this section of the Louisiana coast, while creating a source for material to replenish the barrier islands that is easily accessible. Either solution would make a huge impact on the economic health of the region. Without implementing either solution, however, uncertainty looms. As costs to deal with an HNC that is not properly maintained increase, companies are reevaluating investments in the region. Without action, Terrebonne Parish, the state of Louisiana, and the entire country stand to lose this large manufacturing and industrial base to other countries and cripple our path to energy independence.